Bunny used to work at Slinky Pictures.
Yeah.
You originally studied sculpture
Originally I studied
at Liverpool Polytechnic.
Yeah.
Then subsequently you did animation at the Royal College of
Yes.
Art. You a long-term director at Slinky Pictures.
Bermuda Shorts and then
And
Slinky Pictures.
right.
Yeah.
And you made a very famous film called World of Interiors.
Yes.
BAFTA-nominated, screened on Channel 4 as part of something called the Animated Residence Scheme
Yes, at Momi.
at Momi.
When Momi existed
Yeah.
on South Bank.
For those of the younger members of the audience, if you on either side of Waterloo Bridge, sticking out of the National Film Theatre, there are these two bits of roof with funny kind of blisters along the top, and this is the last surviving fragment of what was the Museum of the Moving Image, which
And
is
the floor in the bar is from,
oh, okay,
you know,
really?
Bonugos,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
their floor
Oh.
used to have a Dalek on it.
Oh,
But it used to be like a big mock TV. Yeah, kept the floor for Mommy.
oh, okay.
I know enough. I went there every weekend as a kid, I think.
It was great. It was really wonderful.
I probably saw you in there.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Yes.
Well, there was just such a greenhouse in the
Yeah, you
middle,
had to
wasn't
be
there?
in this sort of glass-fronted booth. Does anybody know it? Does anyone? Yeah, you sort of had to be in this booth doing your sort of pilot for a film that you then proposed to Channel 4. So you were sort of animated in residence in the museum and for 3 months. And people came and sort of peered in at you, and every time you drop the rubber, they'd all come. Sort of like, you couldn't really eat in there.
But
No, it was fine though.
it didn't scar you for life then?
No, it was lovely actually. It was a luxury to be in
okay.
there, you know, being paid and making some work. And
So
I used to stay really late at night, till sort of midnight quite often, and wander around the museum very late. It was lovely.
Right, and I mean, seeing all these, I did visit when there were animators there, and you're kind of in a cage. I kind of imagined a zookeeper to come along at feeding
Well,
time.
it was like, yeah, you definitely felt like that, especially anything you dropped, you rush to the window.
Yeah.
What's it doing?
It does
You're
require.
always trying to sort of move around, you know, should you be visible to people or not visible, you know, kind of trying not to be distracted by people. I mean, people hardly ever came in, actually. They kind of rattle the door occasionally.
What sort of, half coming and go, oh, sorry, or what?
No, they just didn't. I mean, I was there sort of over Easter, and there were loads of school kids and people, loads of people coming round, but no, hardly anybody ever kind of ventured in.
Oh, it's a shame, it's a shame. But it must be kind of odd for an audience watching an animator, because one thing we've established that animation takes quite a long time. So I can imagine if it was live action filmmakers, people could have taken it in a bit quicker, but they have to do quite a lot of peering, I think.
Yes.
And that film went on to be BAFTA nominated.
Well, I made the pilot in there, and I sort of worked with an assistant in there some of the time.
Right.
And then you sort of finish off the pilot. Well, you kind of put it together and add sound and everything later, and then you have to present it to Channel 4 with a kind of slightly more finished proposal and a budget. And then they nearly always got commissioned, which was brilliant.
I didn't realise that, because I assumed that you're working on the finished thing, but actually
you
it's research
work on
and
a
development.
pilot. There's no guarantee of it actually getting commissioned by Channel 4. They sort of pay you a fee to work on the pilot for 3 months, and then and then you present it to them again, and then they decide later.
But it does mean that they're prepared to write off several £1,000s for research and development for a project, which is quite enlightened, really.
But I don't think many were turned down. I mean, I think, because they work very closely with you, working with Channel 4 and with the producer, and they're all kind of, they sort of, it's quite hard to get onto the scheme at the beginning. I mean, I think I tried 3 times. Or something. Was it off the back that you joined Bermuda Shorts and Slinky, or were you already with I was
them?
already at Bermuda Shorts when I was working on my proposal, so I was already there straight from Royal College.
Oh, right, well
Bermuda
done.
Shorts. And then I sort of worked on the proposal, but then I didn't really want them to produce it, because I just wanted to work with a sort of one-off producer. I decided once I got the commission, decided I didn't really want to sort of work with a big animation company.
No, I see.
So I just wanted to have more control, and I just thought working with a single producer would just be a bit better. So I worked with Chris Shepherd.
Right.
It was a bit of an odd situation because he was also a director at Bermuda Shorts at the time, but he was also a producer, and
Yeah.
he had made a Momi film and produced it himself. And he was also the producer of the scheme, and he suggested it but it was an odd situation.
Yeah.
He said, "Well, would you like me to produce it?" Because I sort of told him I didn't want Bermuda Shorts to produce it, even
Yeah.
though I was based there. So
Right.
that was a bit difficult, but I was determined not to let them because
Yeah.
I just didn't feel comfortable.
Well, you want it to be your film and not.
Also, I knew Chris quite well, and I felt comfortable with him, and I thought I'll be able to sort of ring him up and ask him things more easily, and also keep an eye on the budget. And I sort of wanted to just have everything a bit more visible and not disappearing off into this company
Oh,
where
right.
I couldn't,
Okay.
ask the questions I wanted to ask. I just wouldn't have felt comfortable.
You definitely made the right decision.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was very good. He was really good. And he was always there if you needed to ask him stuff. And